We're out here today with the hound dog Molly, who traveled all the way up from southeastern Kentucky. We're on the hunt for Senator McConnell. Kentuckians across the state have been to all locations today on the hunt for Mitch McConnell. We want to know, where is McConnell's support for coal miners under the threat to lose their health care and pensions? It's the pensions and health care they were promised through their years of mining. And where is McConnell with his support for coal communities who need the Reclaim Act? McConnell shouldn't be quitting for a holiday break, leaving this stuff on the table for these coal communities. As a coal miner, we were never afforded a holiday break. When work needed to be done, we had to be there to do the work, and so should McConnell. He should understand that, as he's ran his platform on coal for so many years. If Congress goes home on Friday with a continuing resolution as it stands now, Senator McConnell is going to be leaving these opportunities for coal communities on the table. We can't wait any longer, and these coal communities can't wait. We need these bills to be passed now. There are people out of work, they're at home during the holiday season, and they're ready to go back to work, and the Reclaim Act can do that. We need Senator McConnell to listen to these coal communities and listen to the people living there, and make the full Miners Protection Act and the Reclaim Act a priority. He's had all year to do this and should not have waited till now, and we need this done immediately. We know these communities cannot wait any longer. I am a former coal miner, grew up in southeastern Kentucky, lived in Letcher County for 29 years. Until recently, I was laid off from the mining industry and had to move. This is a community-led movement, and being a part of that community, I know that we have the full support of these communities to endorse these bills. Hundreds of Kentuckians have called McConnell themselves, many who couldn't get through, and over 10,000 people have signed the petitions to make sure that these bills are passed and put into legislation. This week, Kentuckians have traveled all across the state to 6 locations looking for Mitch McConnell, and also to Washington D.C, where he could not be found. McConnell's passing up thousands of job opportunities in these coal communities by not making the Reclaim Act a priority. Senator McConnell is throwing out a proposal that could create thousands of jobs in these communities that are struggling during the decline of coal, using zero taxpayer dollars. This is a plan that is already there through the Abandoned Minelands Fund, and these reclamation jobs could put laid-off miners back to work. If McConnell cares about coal miners as much as he cares about the industry, he won't come home without the full Miners Protection Act. His partial fund of the continuing resolution only covers the health benefits and not the miners' full pensions that they were promised. This is disgraceful and unacceptable to the miners, as they've put in many years of hard work to earn these benefits. This keeps families in a state of insecurity, not knowing whether they're going to have health care after just a few months. This totally ignores the promise of a pension that was made to miners when they began their work. If Senator McConnell really cares about coal miners, he'll put the entire Miners Protection Act into the continuing resolution. McConnell can use his power, he can listen to Kentuckians, and he can prioritize these bills now. Senator McConnell is one of the most powerful members of Congress, and he was sent to Washington by Kentuckians. Now is the time when he needs to listen to those Kentuckians. We need him to support the coal industry and the coal communities by making these bills a priority. Even at the 11th hour, the current version of the continuing resolution does not do this. Senator McConnell has expressed his support for the coal companies and the coal industry, but yet he's not here when the coal communities need him. We need McConnell's support on these bills at this time, and with the help of the rest of Kentucky and Molly the hound dog, we are going to find McConnell and demand that he support these bills.
So do you have time to take a couple of questions?
Sure.
So can you tell us your name again, where you're from, why you care about this?
Yeah, my name is Gary Bentley. I'm a former coal miner from Whitesburg, Kentucky, which is in Letcher County, southeastern Kentucky. I worked for 12 years as an underground coal miner. I'm a 5th generation miner, and currently my father is unemployed. He was a surface miner, and I have a lot of friends and family who live in the area. My daughter is currently in the area, and I want to see the people in that region have the opportunities that they deserve.
So it looks like people are starting to join us, so we're going to keep talking for a while.
Okay.
Keep talking to the people. Feel free to sort of keep repeating while you're here. But let's start. We want. I don't know if folks can hear me because of that mic.
Yes.
But that phone number, do you have the phone number that people can call?
It should
Flip it around.
Just flip it around. Okay. So the number is 1-888-445-5134, and we need you to call that number and ask for support on both of these bills. Also, ask family, friends, people in your community. Continue to call. It may take a bit to get through, as it's been difficult for many other people, but continue calling until you get through and make sure your voice is heard. That's the only way to get these bills passed through and put into part of the continuing resolution.
So, and what should people ask for when they call?
They should ask for full support of the Miners Protection Act and also the Reclaim Act.
Can you tell us just a little bit about what your work was like in the mines?
Yeah, I mean, underground mining, it's one of the careers that when you choose to do that, you know, going into work each day, you may not come back home. And a lot of times the benefits that you're promised is the only thing that you have in the background, essentially for your family to know that they have something to survive on in case of an accident or fatality underground. It's an industry that's been in the region for over 100 years. It's essentially had a stranglehold on the people in those communities because that was the only industry that the area had to rely on. And I feel like a lot of our political leaders, people in power, kind of made that happen for the coal industry because they didn't want a competing workforce for the coal industry.
So just try to be repetitive. We're going to go for a while.
All right.
Just until my hands freeze off. Just your name, a little bit of your background, why you're calling, where we are, and what we're doing.
Yeah, so we are at Mitch McConnell's Lexington office, which is the Bluegrass representative office, and we are here requesting that he give full support for the Mine Protection Act and also for the Reclaim Act, which is a bipartisan bill, required zero tax dollars from the people of our nation, but it could provide thousands of jobs in the area, not only for the short period of time that it would take to reclaim these abandoned mine lands, but it also would help create a new economy for the people of these communities. When we reclaim these lands, it also provides opportunity to bring in new types of economy, different markets, and diversify the economy for the region. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of the exact dollars, but I know it's well over, I think it's $100 million for annually for 5 years. Yes,
$200 million.
$200 million a year for 5 years. Okay, so I kind of shot it low. But if you could, call 1-888-445-5134 and voice your opinion, voice your support for the Miners Protection Act, and that will ensure that the miners that have worked and served their time receive the health care and the pensions that they were promised. And that's also for the wives and family members of those miners. And the Reclaim Act, which at zero tax dollars could place thousands of jobs back into these coal communities, put people who are laid off back to work, and then create a new economy which could sprout a whole new variety of jobs for the people living in the area.
Tell your name again and the name of the other, who else you're here with.
Yeah, so once again, I'm Gary Bentley, and we are here with Molly the hound dog, who traveled all the way from my region of the mountains, southeastern Kentucky, to help us hunt for Mitch McConnell.
Why are you hunting for him?
We are hunting for him, for his support, and for him to put the Mine Protection Act and also the Reclaim Act into the continuing resolution. We want to make sure that these miners are given their promised benefits, which is their health care and pension, and also to ensure that we have a growing economy in southeastern Kentucky.
And what bills are you talking about?
We are talking about the Reclaim Act and the Miners Protection Act.
And what have people been doing today and this week?
We have had Kentuckians traveling all over the state to the different locations of Mitch McConnell's offices, trying to find him, hunt for him, and demand that he support these two bills. We have even had Kentuckians travel to D.C. to look for McConnell, but he has not been able to be found yet. We hope that we do find him, and we're going to continue hunting until we do find him. We want to answer, and we want to know that he's going to support these bills and that we're going to be able to protect the miners and the people in the coal communities that deserve it.
Do you know the names of all the places people have been?
I know there is the London office, Lexington office, Bowling Green, Louisville, and then of course the D.C. office and the Frankfurt office, maybe? Paducah, okay. So yeah. The Paducah office.
So we're hunting everywhere?
Yes, we are, all over the state. And unfortunate as it is, Mitch McConnell has not been able to be found. So, since we cannot find him, we need everyone to call 1-888-445-5134 and leave the message. Ask Mitch McConnell to support the Reclaim Act. Also ask him to support the Miners Protection Act. Tell your family members, community members, if you know laid off miners, explain to them what these bills can do for them and their families. Also explain to people in your community that a bill such as the Reclaim Act could provide thousands of jobs, create another booming economy in southeastern Kentucky and other coal communities. And for the Miners Protection Act, explain to them that these miners had worked so many years underground and on surface mining jobs and were promised benefits of a pension and health care, and now they're under threat and they may lose these benefits just because of this bill.
Tell us your name again, where we are, what the weather's like here, why you're here.
Yeah, so it's a very chilly day here in Lexington in front of Mitch McConnell's Bluegrass Representative office. I believe it's about 29 degrees today, but we're going to continue hunting. Molly's been a trooper. She's doing a great job. I think she's picking up the scent, so hopefully we'll find him soon. But we're going to continue. We're going to suffer through this. We're not going to take a break like he is. We're going to continue hunting, and we're going to demand his support of this Miners Protection Act and the Reclaim Act. We're here to fight for the coal communities and the coal miners across the region. We have Kentuckians traveling all over the state working on this as well. So until we find Mitch McConnell, we need as many people as possible to call 1-888-445-5134. Voice your opinion and be heard, because that's the only way we're going to get this done.
Can we see Molly again?
Yeah, come here, Molly. There you go, girl.
Are we here with Molly?
Molly is here to help us hunt for Mitch McConnell. She's doing a great job. She's traveled all the way from the mountains of southeastern Kentucky, and she is wanting to fight for her coal community and wanting to fight for the people in her region. And
so
it's a little chilly.
Yeah, so we've been going for a while. You can be completely honest, we've been going for a while.
Yeah, we have been going for a while, but we don't want to give up. We want to make sure that McConnell does prioritize and get these bills into the continuing resolution, because as of right now, he has not done that with the Reclaim Act, and it's passing up thousands of jobs, a lot of opportunities for the coal fields and the communities that have spent over 100 years dedicating their lives, their natural resources, their family, the land, to the coal industry, and now they're being left with nothing in return. The companies have came in not living in the communities, and now that it's no longer profitable for them, they've up and left, and now we have communities that are struggling. There's a very small economic resource there, and we need to do everything we can for these coal communities and also for these miners. Many of these miners spent more than 30, 40 years working in the mining industry, and they were promised these pensions and these benefits, and now these corporations are filing bankruptcy, yet while still paying their executives up to $12 million in bonuses and trying to take away the benefits that these miners were promised.
So the reason we're keeping going is because this is the most viewed video that we've got yet. Lots of likes, lots of audience.
Yeah, and for everybody watching, thanks very much, and we're glad to have your support, but really it's more important for you to call the number 1-888-445-5134. We really need people to voice their opinion. We've delivered 10,000 signatures for petitions to make sure these bills are put in to the continuing resolution. So more than anything, it's great you're watching the video, but call in, let Mitch McConnell know that you want these bills to be put in place. As a former coal miner, and being from southeastern Kentucky, it's very important to me, my family, friends. There need to be more opportunities in the region. We need to have a growing economy, and the only way to do that is to get the support from the Reclaim Act, and then to ensure the benefits of the miners that have earned them.
So let people know, like, it's cold and we might have to wrap up, and you let me know when you really need to get off here, but people share it, retweet it.
Yes, share, retweet, and be sure, let people that you know that may not have seen the video to call that number. And remember, tell them to call 1-888-445-5134. Ask for their support, explain to them what these bills will do. And real quick, let's check with Molly. I think she may be getting tired, but we're not going to give up just yet. There's a few more hours of daylight to burn. Molly, you ready to hunt, girl?
So what's Molly hunting for?
Molly is hunting for Mitch McConnell, and we are determined to find him to make sure that he doesn't leave on a holiday break without putting these bills into the continuing resolution.
And you were here earlier today. Can you tell us a little bit about that and your name again?
Yeah, so once again, I'm Gary Bentley. I was here with other members of KFTC, and we came to Mitch McConnell's Lexington office, where we are standing now. It's the Bluegrass Representative Office. We came here to deliver the signed petitions, asking him to put these two bills in the continuing resolution to make sure we have their full support. We got to sit down with his representative, Ethan Witt, who was kind enough to listen to our concerns. He listened to what we had to say, and he would not put Mitch McConnell on the phone, but he did promise to relay our message, and we can only hope that he's doing so. So please let people know. Call the number 1-888-445-5134. We need lots of support. We need to be heard, need to be loud. We need to make sure these bills are put into the continuing resolution.
So tell us, let's wrap up here. Just your name, a little bit of your bio, the bills, what people can do, and then we'll go to you and Molly to say goodbye.
All right, so I'm Gary Bentley from southeastern Kentucky. Lived there 29 years, worked 12 years as an underground miner. We're here today. We're hunting for Mitch McConnell. We're rallying support from Kentuckians all across the state. And we're here to ask for his support of the Miners Protection Act, which will ensure that miners that were promised the benefits of health care and pension for their retirement receive those, as they're currently under threat and they may lose their pension and their health benefits. We're also here to ask for support of the Reclaim Act, which is a bipartisan bill that's going to cost zero tax dollars, and it would supply thousands of jobs into the coal fields. It would help reclaim abandoned mine lands, and it would also help create a new diverse economy in the mountains and in the other coal fields across the state. And once again, call 1-888-445-5134. Voice your opinion, ask for the support of these two bills. Let McConnell know that he needs to be listening to the Kentuckians, listening to people from these coal communities, and put these two bills in the continuing resolution before he leaves Congress. And Molly, I think Molly's ready to keep on hunting. Yeah, give me a kiss. I'll take kisses from Molly. She's been doing a good job today.
And so what's Molly's job here?
Molly's job is to hunt for Mitch McConnell. She's going to help us find him and help us get these two bills, the Miners Protection Act and the Reclaim Act, put in to the resolution before Mitch McConnell takes a holiday break.
Okay, let's say your name one more time. Wave bye to everybody.
I'm Gary Bentley. Thank you all so much. Please call in, voice your opinion. Let it be known that you want the support of these two bills.